think that's it.
Yep. Welcome everybody to another episode of Go-Kart Academy sponsored by 893 Motorsports. In today's video, we want to give you the top 7 tips for novices that are just getting into go-karting. Tip number 1, hand placement. When you're getting into a go-kart, whether it's a rental or it's a non-rental cart, you want to make sure your hands are at 9 and 3. That hand placement, super crucial. You want to keep it there the entire time. So the first tip, 9 and 3, hand placement, super crucial.
Tip number 2. So guys, braking hard and not braking hard enough. Look, the beauty behind this is that the brakes are in the back, so you want to brake as late as possible and as hard as possible for the shortest amount of time. Just to the point to where you're not gonna lock up the rear tires, but right before. So braking hard, not too soft. This will help you carry speed through the corner.
Absolutely, and as you're getting the feeling of your kart, as you get through your first laps, test it. Test and see how hard you can brake before locking up the brakes or spinning out. This will give you a good feel for how much distance you'll need as you enter into corners. Yep. Tip number 3. Turning before you need to. Many novice go-karters, they simply turn way too early into the apex. What we want to do is we want to use all of the track we can. So that means white line to apex to white line. So when it comes to turning, tip number 3 is turn a little bit later than you imagine. If people are passing you on turns, that's a great sign that you're turning way too soon. So tip number 3, when it comes to novice go-karters and just starting out, turning way too early. Don't do it. Turn later. Brake sooner into the turn the kart, and pull through the apex.
Tip number 4. Peter hit on it on earlier tip number 3. Use all of the track. This is not the road, guys. This is a racetrack. It is there for you to use every inch. So every inch to the right and every inch to the left. Even if somebody's there and they're in your line, use what you have. That's the way you get around the track faster. So use all of it, not just this part. You want to use all the track.
Tip number 5 for novice go-karters is don't overdrive the kart, which means that you're coming too fast into a turn. When you turn too abruptly, it upsets the kart. And what it does is it creates a weight balance issue if you're turning left, it creates a weight balance issue on the right. So what that means, if you're turning left too early, you're gonna have understeer, which means your kart's gonna be unsettled and you're gonna end up going straight, especially if you have cold tires. So make sure that when it comes to driving your kart, smooth is fast. If you watch our other episode on tips, the top 10 tips getting into karting, that's one of the things that, if you remember, that my coach told me when I was going through racing school, is that smooth is fast. So don't abruptly turn in any direction. Remember, if you're watching Formula or WEC or IMSA racing, you'll see that the race car drivers are really going through these corners smooth. So don't abruptly turn because you'll have too much understeer.
Yeah, so let's hit on understeer. If you guys are new to racing and new to karting or don't understand what understeer is, think about if you've ever driven your car in the rain and you started to hydroplane a little bit and you turn the car and the car just keeps continuing in the same path. That's what understeer is gonna be, and that's the same feeling. So just to give you guys an idea of a real world situation, understeer is kind of like when your car hydroplanes and you wanna turn and you keep continually going in the same direction and not turning. That's what we call understeer. Tip number 6, guys, look down the track. Don't drive here in front of you. You have to already have figured out what you're doing here and looking down to prepare your mind. This will make you faster because you'll already know what's coming. When you're looking down the track, guys, you can anticipate what's coming and you can formulate a plan in your head. Your body does this naturally when driving a car. Okay, you look ahead, you see a car's coming, I need to stop. Same idea, guys. We're just putting this on a racetrack. So look farther down the track. You'll see once you get to the apex, look to the next section, the exit. Once you get to the exit, plan for the straightaway. For the chicane, you're gonna go through these motions, guys. So looking down the track will make you a faster driver, which will entail you being smoother, and then, not entail it, in turn, making you smoother, and you'll have better entry speed and exit speed from the corners with a plan. So look down the track, guys. Number 6.
Absolutely. And when it comes to actually tip number 6, this is something that I worked on with the boys a lot, is looking ahead and anticipating the next turn or the next move that you're going to make. One of the things that most drivers, whenever you get your license, is they don't tell you this, to look too farther ahead when it comes to traffic and these types of things. So what a lot of people do when they get into karts is they drive karts the same way they would drive a car, which is only looking a couple meters in front of where you're going.
Right.
And so when it comes to racing, everything's coming at you so much faster. So you have to look down the track. You have to be able to anticipate what's coming up and be able to make moves on the track now to position yourself for a turn, position yourself for a pass, and these types of things. And number 7, our final tip. Sometimes you're gonna need to get out of the way. And what that simply means is that if you're a novice and you're a beginner on the go-kart track, there's going to be other guys that are gonna be faster and more experienced. The key idea here is stay on the racing line. One of the things that they teach you in racing school is that if you are the faster car, it is your responsibility to pass everyone else safely, as long as they're staying on the racing line. So for your job as a novice, as other people are blazing past you, stay on the racing line, stay calm, and be predictable. One of the things that a lot of the older karters complain about sometimes is the unpredictability of younger karters, because they're weaving, they're not staying on the racing line. For you as a beginner, stay on the racing line, which is the ideal path through the track. Stay on that and get out of the way so that others can pass you safely.
Yeah, I think we run into this with the boys. They hear somebody behind them, so they want to get out of their way. So instinctively, when you hear somebody behind you, you want to get out of the way, but this creates unnecessary movement on the racetrack. So like Peter said, hold in the same position that you are and let it be their responsibility to pass you. If you hear somebody behind you, let them stay there. They're gonna find a way around you safely. You make it dangerous if you start trying to get out of their way. You can't see where they are, they can see where you are. So just kind of keep that in mind, guys. Smooth is fast.
Smooth is fast, guys. So I hope you guys appreciated and enjoyed our 7 tips for novice go-karters getting in the game. We hope it was helpful. If you need more help, you know the place to go. Check us out at www.GoKart.Academy. Leave us a comment or a question so that we can help you guys get into karting as fast as possible. Smash the like button, guys. Subscribe, and we'll see you guys out on the racing track.
We'll see you guys there.